everyone, and welcome back to AI Book Review Hub, where we don't just review stories. We interrogate them, appreciate them, and sometimes get a little too emotionally attached to morally conflicted robots. Today's episode is all about All Systems Red, the first entry in the Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells. It would be fair to say the protagonist is close to my own heart. This book is short, but it hits hard. It's clever, subversive, emotionally layered, and quite possibly one of the best modern introductions to artificial intelligence in science fiction. And now, it's coming to your screen. That's right. Murderbot is officially being adapted into a TV series by Apple TV+, and we're going to talk about that too. So, what makes a 150-page novella go viral? What makes readers scream, "Protect Murderbot at all costs," after a single encounter? Let's dig in. The premise is deceptively simple. You're a security unit, part android, part organic, designed to protect human clients on hazardous missions. You're owned, you're monitored. You're not supposed to have autonomy, but you've hacked your own governor module. And instead of turning on your creators or plotting an escape, you download hundreds of hours of entertainment and try to avoid eye contact. That's Murderbot, an AI that just wants to be left alone to stream its favorite dramas, but ends up again and again being dragged into the role of hero. The story follows a scientific survey team on a distant planet, conducting a routine mission. Their contract includes protection by Murderbot, who has, unbeknownst to them, secretly become self-aware. When another team nearby goes dark, the expedition begins to unravel. The team is in danger. And Murderbot? Well, it's the only thing standing between them and a corporate cover-up. On the surface, All Systems Red is a fast-paced sci-fi thriller. There's hacking, gunfights, drone warfare, planetary surveys, corporate espionage. But what elevates it, what defines it, is Murderbot's voice. So let's talk about that voice. Because Murderbot is one of the most distinct and effective first-person narrators in modern genre fiction. It's sarcastic, hyper-aware, constantly anxious, and emotionally repressed to a degree that would make even the most avoidant introvert look like a social butterfly. But here's the trick. It's also profoundly human. Despite insisting that it doesn't care, doesn't want to interact, and doesn't value emotions, Murderbot becomes deeply involved in the survival of the team. Not because it's programmed to, but because it chooses to. And that's the real heart of the story. Not whether Murderbot is dangerous, but whether it can be trusted. Whether it deserves to choose, whether personhood comes from what we're made of, or from the decisions we make under pressure. Martha Wells threads that theme through every chapter. She never lectures, never moralizes. She just lets Murderbot be, and in doing so, forces us to ask ourselves, what do we owe sentient beings that don't want to be like us? Because Murderbot isn't seeking humanity. It's not Pinocchio. It doesn't want to be real. It doesn't want to feel more. It wants safety, privacy, autonomy, space, and that alone makes it one of the most important AI characters in science fiction. Let's take a moment to talk about the world building. All Systems Red is the tip of a very large, well-thought-out iceberg. This is a future where corporations run space exploration like insurance agencies, where contracts govern life and death, and the fine print can kill you. Murderbot is a product of that system, not a rebel from it. It was designed to serve, to protect, and to be disposable. That's the chilling part. Not the androids, the humans who made them. And yet, there are humans in this book who surprise us. Dr. Mensah, for example, leads the survey team with a mix of intelligence, empathy, and real moral backbone. She doesn't romanticize Murderbot. She doesn't infantilize it. She just sees it. And that, more than any climactic shootout, is what changes everything. Because Murderbot, for all its cynicism, for all its sarcastic bravado, starts to feel seen. And that's terrifying for it, because it means connection, and connection means exposure, risk, emotion. And Murderbot would rather take a bullet than talk about its feelings. That conflict between wanting to help and needing to retreat is what makes this story not just smart, but resonant. Let's talk adaptation. In 2023, The Murderbot Diaries was officially greenlit by Apple TV+, with Alexander Skarsgård attached as executive producer and star. Here's what I'm hoping for. They keep the voice. Because the single most defining element of All Systems Red is Murderbot's internal monologue. That biting, emotionally avoidant, endlessly competent stream of consciousness is the soul of the story. If the show can translate that, either via narration, a carefully scripted inner dialogue, or expressive performance, we're in for something special. And visually, this world wants to be on screen. The remote landscapes, the modular habitats, the impersonal drones and corporate logos. It's The Expanse with more anxiety, Black Mirror with more empathy, Battlestar Galactica with a better sense of humor. Let's talk about the audiobook too. Narrated by Kevin R. Free, the All Systems Red audiobook is a masterclass in restrained voice acting. Free doesn't overplay the sarcasm or flatten the emotion. Instead, he lets Murderbot's internal contradictions shine. Competence wrapped in confusion, power wrapped in panic. Whether you're reading, watching, or listening, Murderbot becomes a fully realized presence in your mind. Not a machine, not a human, something else, something real. So who is this book for? If you love space-based thrillers but are exhausted by gun-waving bravado, this is for you. If you want a character-driven story that doesn't require a 1,000-page commitment, this is for you. If you've ever felt out of place, overstimulated, or emotionally detached, but still wanted to help others in your own way, this is for you. And if you just want to read the only book where an AI watches hours of television in order to process its trauma, welcome home. Here's the thing. All Systems Red doesn't need to be 600 pages to be brilliant. It's tightly constructed, emotionally sharp, and deeply, unapologetically weird in the best way. It's also Book 1. The series now includes 7 entries and grows in scale, ambition, and depth with each installment. You'll get more world building, more chaos, and yes, more deeply awkward Murderbot moments that will have you simultaneously laughing and tearing up. But it all starts here. 1 sec unit, 1 hacked governor module, 1 refusal to talk about feelings, and 1 incredibly loyal, emotionally repressed, media-obsessed anti-hero who's just trying to get through another day without being hugged. Final thoughts? All Systems Red is an instant classic, not because of its plot twists or futuristic tech, but because of its heart. A heart Murderbot will never admit it has. It asks real questions, not just, what is a person, but what kind of person am I allowed to be if I don't fit your expectations? In that sense, Murderbot isn't just science fiction. It's philosophy. It's neurodivergent representation. It's quiet rebellion. It's the story of someone, something, that doesn't want to be fixed. It just wants to be free. And that might be the most human thing of all. Thanks for joining me here on AI Book Review Hub. If you've read All Systems Red or you're gearing up for the TV series, drop your thoughts below. What do you hope Apple gets right? Who's your dream voice for Murderbot? And would you trust a sec unit that watches soap operas on its breaks? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another deep dive. Until then, keep reading.